going on, gang? Warning, insiders are selling stocks. The market is going down, and real estate subject to heaven is here. This is Mike with MrNoFluff.com, and I'm pulling up the information right now of what's going on around the markets before I get into the story. As I was typing, the stock market is 4 months in a row negatives. It was 147 points down. Currently is sitting at 118 points. Okay, so let me remind you, this is 4 months in a row that is having losses. Okay, now that brings me to my very first topic, that insiders are selling their stocks. All right, so who are insiders? This is very, very important that you understand this, because insiders are like Jeff Bezos. Just a couple of weeks ago, I didn't do a reporting on it. I saw that Jeff Bezos, if I'm not mistaken, if my memory serves me right, sold a lot of his stocks. Okay, he's cashing out. Right now, there's other insiders, which are like top management, top CEOs of corporation that are cashing out. That means they have stocks, they have paper, they haven't cashed in on the actual money. It's just sitting there, it's on paper, it's just like a phantom gain. And now they're bringing it to the market, they're liquidating. And the question is, why would top CEOs and top managements that are in control of their business selling their own stocks, right? Why would Jeff Bezos empty his stocks out? Well, the market is at top. He knows it's going to go down. Why did top management at Home Depot, Salesforce, and other organizations out there are selling their own stocks? I mean, these are the gals and guys are in control of the business. So they're called the insider. Now think about this. If the CEO of X company is selling his own stocks, liquidating, does it make a lot of sense for me to buy that stock? How much? Let me give you a little example. Back in 2 years ago, I was a big Litecoin supporter. I believed in Litecoin. Then there's a gentleman named Charlie Lee. He's you call it almost like the CEO. It's not, but he's the one that created Litecoin. He forked it, etc. Then in the last top of the market, Charlie Lee sold all his Litecoin and he cashed out. Guess what happened later in Litecoin? The price went down, guys. Months and months and months and months later, it's been down. So the question is, did Charlie Lee have an insider information that he knew the market was going to go down? Did some of these insiders that work at Home Depot, that work at Salesforce, that work at all these organizations, that they know all the expenses, they know all the sales that are being done, why would they want to cash out their own equities? Because they know this is the top of the market, and then two, they see that is down. Now, many of us are waiting for some guy in a PhD to wave a flag and says, look, the crash is here, guy, the crash is here. And by that time, it's already happened, right? It's already happened. Right now, we're already in the crash, okay? Now, many people are waiting for some guy on TV to say, yes, it's already here. But it's already happening. You're seeing top insiders of top companies, CEOs, top managements, liquidating their positionings, while the retail, the money, are buying into it. Think about what I just said. Like, if I had a business and I was on Fortune 500 and I sold everyone's stocks and I had so much of it, okay? Maybe I could sell some of it if I wanted to buy a yacht, but I wouldn't just dump a bunch of it, right? One reason I would dump a bunch of it is I don't want to do this business no more, or I can see the business going to hell. So I want to cash out at the top of the market. And the same exact thing, in my opinion, not financial advice, is these big guys are in position of power in their corporations. They are seeing that orders are less. They are seeing that tariffs is hurting, and they're seeing that sanctions are hurting, and they're seeing the economy bust. And they're a lot wiser than the retail, or what do they call dumb money, right? Me and you, right? They call us dumb money because many of us are buying at the top of the market and selling it at the low of the market. That's why they call it dumb money, right? Dumb money buys at the top and sells at the bottom. And that's why I call myself a fire investor, because once I commit on, for example, buying real estate. For example, I started buying real estate in 2006, fourth quarter. I got into the real estate business. I saw the crash coming. And then as I bought, 2008, 2009, the prices were coming down. And guess what? I never sold, right? Because I was committed to all the way going up. Come here. All right, so that's point number one. Now, as I'm looking this up, I want to go look at gold and see what gold is doing, guys. Gold, right now, as I'm talking to you guys, is 1542 is about to hit 1,600 bucks. Not financial advice. Come here. So what does that mean? Well, it means that in 2016, when I said gold was the play, it definitely became the play. Everyone and their mama was laughing at me, right? Everyone from YouTube, from Facebook, and guess what? 1542, guys and gals, what I call gangs. And guess what? Just in 2016, it was 1,100 bucks. And do I think it's going to stop anytime soon? I don't think it's even gone off. It's just going up slowly. But there's going to be a little time where there's going to be a parabolic move, like an avalanche move. Now it'll probably crash back down, but that's when that move happens, that's probably the time that I'm going to liquidate and jump back heavily into real estate. Now that brings me back to the next topic, guys, which is that real estate subject to heaven is here. Now, back in 2016, 2017, I coined a word, subject to heaven. And I said that in upcoming crash, there's going to be a subject to heaven. Now, what is subject to? Subject to is a strategy that I use in my own business where I work with homeowners direct. And I buy homes from homeowners direct. If they have a loan, I can still buy their home, called subject to. If they don't have a loan, that's even great. I'll let them do seller financing. So subject to is a strategy. If you want to, just put it into one cubicle, one category of what's just called seller financing. But it's a different strategy than just the general seller financing. So I said that 2016, that in this upcoming crash, subject to heaven is going to be here. Why do I say it's going to be a heaven? Well, interest rates are all-time low. I've never seen the history that I've been born in America that I've ever seen interest rate this low, ever. Okay, and what's happening is rents all-time high. So interest rates is all-time low, rents are all-time high, which creates a double cash cow. You heard people say, "Oh man, that's a cash cow." Well, now you're gonna have triple cash cow, quadruple cash cow, double cash cow, because interest rates are going to ultra low, which means that the house that I buy subject to is going to have massive cash cow from it because of the interest rate by themselves. And because when you add the rents are being at all-time high because of all the money printing by central bankers, I'm going to get a double whammy at the very minimum of 2 cash cows getting married. And that's why I say it's a subject to heaven. That's one dimension of it, because double cash cow. The other dimension of it is because there's going to be so many motivated sellers. Again, there are going to be so many motivated sellers. It doesn't matter if they are uneducated. It doesn't matter if they have middle education or if they have high education or they're highly educated like doctors and attorneys. Okay. In the last crash, I met a lot of doctors and attorneys that were losing their home and going foreclosure. But in this crash, there's going to be, I think, a lot more of higher level education people going to foreclosure versus the last crash, which was more subprime. People that didn't have a whole lot of education, they fooled them. But in this crash, you're going to see a whole spectrum of people. And the great news is there's going to be a lot of $500,000 homes. It depends. Like some states, $500,000 home is going to get you something in the hood. In the state that I am, a $500,000 home, an average home is probably 200K. So a $500,000 home is 2 or 3 times better than that. So there's going to be a lot of $500,000 homes, a lot of $1,000,000 homes in my state, which is really high end. They're going to be in trouble. The sellers are going to be in trouble. Now, why would the sellers be in trouble? Well, that's why I said the market is going down. When I say the market is going down, I'm not just talking about the stock market. I'm not just talking about real estate market equity vanishing, okay? I'm also talking about so much corporation debt, which is going to be bringing massive layoffs, okay? So all around, the actual human beings that borrowed money from these stinky bankers, they're going to be in so much trouble because they're not bringing money in, or they're going to get less money. What made them feel rich, which was their home, because they looked like they had a phantom equity, have a lot of money in there, it evaporates. What made them look and feel rich was their 401 or their stocks, and now it has evaporated. It has dropped 60 to 40%. Okay, and now they don't have a job, or there's a good chance that they probably won't have a job. Okay, and when you add these things together, and the amount of people that are going to try to sell their home to liquidate, and the amount of people that bought homes in the last 5 years that are going to be upside down in equity because price home drops, and the amount of builders are going to have inventory to sell, and the traditional people that want to, it's just going to be a tsunami of inventory, and it's going to create what I call a subject to heaven. Not only am I going to get double cash cow, I'm going to be able to cherry pick any kind of home that I want, entry level home, medium level home, multi-million-dollar homes. They're going to be all of them up there. And I think the competition is going to be in the lower level homes, where I'm going to be focusing on the multi-million-dollar homes, and the competition in that situation for me, because I'm going to be getting the property for myself, it's not going to be that much, because not that many people are going to go to multi-million-dollar homes and have the seller negotiate a term or seller financing, and probably have the seller subsidize my living. What I'm looking for is a smart attorney. What I'm looking for is a smart doctor. What I'm looking for is a smart business owner that has made multi-millions of dollars. Now they're up in debt up their ass, and now they're in trouble, and they're willing to let me buy their home from them, and they're willing to subsidize my living so they don't get a foreclosure. So if you know anyone like that, reach out to Mr. Investor, because I want to work with these individuals. I can create win-win situations. So the truth of the fact is, I'm looking for a multi-millionaire that has multiple properties, or one property. He's in trouble because what he thought he had a lot of money got evaporated, and he's even willing to pay for my living, right? Let me simplify it. Let's say if the rent is $1,000, he's going to pay $500. I'm going to pay the other $500. Now, of course, it's a multi-million-dollar home. It's not going to be $500 a month. But the point of the story is, I'm looking for a smart attorney, and a smart doctor, smart entrepreneur. I don't care. Someone that made a lot of money. They over leverage. What that means is debt, and they're upside down in so many different aspects. Not really in the real estate, but they can't sell it because expensive homes don't sell today. They got to be on the market forever, right? And I'm looking for that individual to subsidize my living. That's what I mean by motivation. I'm going to find an individual that's going to give me a dream home, and they're going to, on top of that, they're going to subsidize my living. They're going to be my bank, and I don't even have to get a loan. That's what I'm going to be doing in 2019. That's why it says subject to heaven. Now, these types of homes are not really rental homes, but what I'm going to use a home like this is, besides not getting a loan from the bank, besides the seller subsidizing my lifestyle, I'm going to use this mega mansion for seminars and things of that nature, so I have you guys at my crib. Okay, so that's why I'm looking for something like that. But for the average investor or landlord, if they bought something like that, they're going to go negative, because homes like that, usually you cannot cash flow them positively. Now, last crash, 2006, what I did is I got into what's called the other spectrum. Like, see, I only do spectrums. Like, the other spectrum is entry-level homes, first-time home buyers. This crash, since I got a lot more experience, I'm going for the other spectrum, multi-million-dollar homes. Okay, so the first time, I didn't know anything. I'm a refugee. My dad sells ice cream in an ice cream truck. He's illiterate. My mom can't read. So I'm just being honest with you, right? So I didn't know anything. I didn't have any guidance, but I did do a lot of work. I educate myself. And I made a whole lot of mistakes, right? So the realization I had is through calluses, through the scars, right? And last crash, I realized that majority of real estate in America is residential, and out of that, majority of the home transactions or the loan generations are first-time home buyers. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go with the first-time home buyers. And guess what? It was a great move. There's a lot of property out there. There's a lot of renters for those type of homes, and it was a great move. And I'm probably going to do that as well. But I am looking for a castle. I'm looking for a multi-million-dollar property where I meet a very smart individual and they want to save their credit, and I'm the guy. And I can create a win-win for that person to subsidize my life. They can save their credit, and I'm going to be living in a multi-million-dollar home with someone else paying for me, just like Uncle Sam. But I'm not getting it from Uncle Sam. I'm getting it from a very smart individual. Now, why would a smart individual do that? Because they're motivated, dude. They're motivated. How do I know? Because I've been motivated, my friend. I've been motivated before I let all my stuff go. Man, the stuff that I did sell, which was very little bit, I was selling for pennies on the dollar. So I know what motivation is. I've been one. I made that mistake. So I could identify, and that's what I teach my student profit sharing is to only deal with motivated sellers. There's no reason to go meet everyone. You're going to be wasting your time. You're going to be wasting your life energy. More important than time. Okay? Only deal with motivated sellers is what I teach my students. If you're interested in joining the profit sharing and learning how to find motivated sellers, how to talk to them, how to negotiate, how to set up these different structures, then profit sharing, MrNoFluff.com. Get more information about that. All right, let's go into what is going on with cryptocurrencies, guys. All right, I'm looking at Bitcoin right now, and it's at 10,000. Almost 200, guys. 10,200. Just a few months ago, it was at 3,500 bucks. It was at 3,500 bucks, right? So I'm very happy with the way it is now. I think that when the shit hits the fan, I think Bitcoin has a good probability of going down because people are going to be scared, right? But I think that eventually it's going to come up. I think for me, not financial advice, for me, Bitcoin is a play. It's a high risk play. It's a type of speculation I never do because I'm not a speculator investor. I'm a refugee. I can't afford to speculate. But the only reason I am speculating for the first time ever in Bitcoin is because it's the people's money. It's going to bring world freedom. It's going to separate governments from, printing money. The welfare state, the war state. I'm tired of bombing all these innocent people all over the world. When we have all these problems at home, dude, pensions ain't being funded, roads are all fucked up. We have so much violence on the people. We have millions of people homeless. We have vets killing themselves daily. I mean, come on, dude. We can do better with solving our own problems instead of dropping the mother of all bombs to, guess what? Enrich merchants of death. That's right, enrich merchants of death. I don't want to support merchants of death. I want free trade. You know what I mean? I want to have a better life for my kids. I don't care about nuclear wars and the mother of all bombs because only makes the merchants of death become the most powerful lobbyists in America, and it makes their kids have the best life ever. But not your kids, not the kids getting bombed, nothing. Okay, but that's a different story. But the reason I speculated on Bitcoin is because the very first aspect is that I believe in freedom, right? I believe in liberty. I don't believe in being, separated, not being separated from church and government. Massive killing has happened in history because state and government were together. And now a massive amount of genocide has happened because of state printing their money. And once we separate that, okay, then we're going to have better livelihood, better safety, better economics, better prosperity for every person around the world because first and foremost, less wars. Second, less inflation. Prices don't have to go up all the time, guys. Prices can come down, right? A lot down. If you look back in the 1970s, right, you could buy a car so much cheaper than you can buy it today. The same exact car, even some of the same, Nissan, some of the same exact brands, 30 years, 40 years later, so much more money. Why is that? because central bankers printing of money, okay? And that causes massive problems for you, for your kids, and that's why the founding forefathers of America, they were smarter than that, and they wrote in the Constitution, check facts it, don't believe me. They said that they don't want stinky bankers, they don't want central bankers, they don't want fiat dollars, right? And only Congress could coin gold and silver. And the bankers, through lobbying, through fear, manipulation, in the last crash, amended the Constitution, and here we are in a state of welfare, where the farmers got to get bailed out, where the car dealers got to get bailed out, where bankers got to get bailed out, where everyone gets to bailed out besides the average American citizen, the workers, man. You know what I mean? And no one wants to get bailed out. The farmers don't want a handout. No one wants welfare. People want to work for their fucking money, man. People want to work. They have dignity. They have pride. No one wants a fucking handout. No one wants that. People want to learn how to fish themselves. They don't want just free fish. And that giving people free shit has caused massive inflation, massive amount of people that are just laying on their back, just like, oh, I can't make it. In the greatest country, America, they can't make it, dude. What the fuck? There's people that are dying to get here. Why do you think they're dying to get here? Because there's so much opportunities, my friend. There's so much opportunity. Because of the welfare state, psychologically, they're fucking people up. You live in the best country ever, and then people can't make it. How does it that I come here as a refugee with $100, living on my car, start a moving company, start a brokerage firm, get into rental property, then I'll let it all go, and I come back and I'm starting all over again. And I can do it. I never borrow money from a bank. How is it the people that live here, they speak all the language, they can't do it? Well, it's the propaganda. They believe the school system. They believe all the bullshit they taught them. You're an A, you're a B, you're a C. Don't fail. Don't take risk. Don't start a business. Work for the man. Don't be the man. Right? Well, those kind of bullshit and subsidies and the welfare state and just government paying for lack of entrepreneurship, not making good products. We bail the car dealers out. Too big to fail. Well, what is it for the people? This is only for the big companies. What about the people? Right? What about your kids living a life of debt freeness? Right? Where rent doesn't go up, where food doesn't go up, where gas doesn't go up. Right? So anyways, guys, it's not all doom and gloom because we live in the best country of America. And in this upcoming economic theft, the big corporations they sell out their equities and their stocks, cash out before the average people get burned. There's still a lot of opportunity here. In this next upcoming crash, there's a lot of opportunity for anyone that's willing to take a risk. Can you fail? Yes. Can you lose your money? Yes. That's why it's called risk, dude. Come on. You can't win if you don't take a risk. You can't win if you don't try. But the problem is we're so smart. We're just like so smart. And man, I hate really smart people because they're the least action takers. You give me a dumb motherfucker that has heart, that has drive, I can make him successful. You give me a PhD motherfucker that thinks himself out of taking action, he ain't never gonna do shit. He'll spend all his time, life, energy arguing with me that this is not gonna work, blah, 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 blah. Just thinking, blah, 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 blah. That's, man, like, get the fuck out of here, man. Because I don't believe that shit. The smarter you become, the dumber you become because you don't take action. Who cares? I have a saying, dude, your brain is no good if you don't listen to your heart. First, you gotta listen to your heart, dude. Because your brain will talk yourself out of it, of your success. So, in this economic crash, there's great opportunity. Not financial advice, but it's great opportunity if you want to start a business. If you want to buy an existing business. If you want to buy stocks. Because when the sucker comes down 40 to 60%, shit, you can go back and history check. After every recession, the stock market keeps going up and up. It's just a cycle, man. Right? Every recession, the stock market goes up. Now, can it one day not go up? Absolutely. That's what the risk comes in play, my friend. But anything you want to get to, because they're going to be motivated sellers from all colors of life, from all industries. If you want to buy a business, it's a perfect time. You want to get into real estate, it's a perfect time. Now, it's a perfect time because the waters are going to be dark, they're going to be shaky, and everyone's going to have fear. It's not the perfect time because you're going to buy it and it's going to go up and up and up. No, dude, you're going to buy it and it's going to go the fuck down, and you're just going to brace it. And, you know, what I do is I don't sell, I just buy. For example, when Bitcoin was 18, 19, I didn't buy. When it crashed 50% off and it was $11,000, I bought. Guess what happened? It went down 10. I bought. It went down 8. I bought. It went down 6. I bought. It went down 3,500. I bought. I didn't go sell because I knew what the play was. Play was 5 to 10 years for me on this crypto. I'm gonna buy Bitcoin. I'm gonna not fuck with it, no matter what the winds do. It don't matter. I'm gonna buy, and I'm gonna have my shit, and I know what I want, and I don't care what the winds do. Now that's a speculation, right? Because of Bitcoin, it doesn't have a lot of history, just 10 years. But unlike real estate, 2006 fourth quarter, 2007, 2008, when I got into the business, I bought and the properties went down. I bought and the properties went down more, and then it went down more, and then it went down more. What was I doing? I was buying more because, again, for me, it was a play of me giving it to my kids. The problem was at that time I didn't have any kids. You know what I mean? And I was like, why am I working so hard, dude? Right? So the point of the story is it was a long-term play. And guess what? I bought it when it was negative, and it kept going negative, and then they all went up. Each property over $100,000. I bought houses subject to spending $2,000, $3,000 to just buy a property, just make the back payments or whatever the situation may be. And each property give me cash flow for 6, 7, 8, etc. years. And I was able to cash cow from each one whenever I sold $100K. And I sold them really cheap, though I left a lot of money on the table for the other guy, over 100 for them. So the point of this story is, when I got into real estate in 2006 fourth quarter, last crash. Now everyone else is 2008 because they really weren't in the business. They really didn't understand it was crashing in 2006 fourth quarter. Okay, that's why I always say 2006 fourth quarter. Everyone else is 8 because I had my ear on a heartbeat of the street. When I bought it, I knew it was a long play. I didn't keep looking at it and say, oh, it's going down. I'm just going down. The reason people lose money is because when it goes down, they sell. I didn't participate in the depression or the recession of the real estate market in last. I bought, property went down, great, I don't care. I'm getting my cash flow. I'm not selling. It kept going down, it kept going, oh great, perfect, I'll buy more. What do you think happened with Bitcoin? Started from 20, I didn't buy. 50% crash, I bought. What do you think? It went down, I bought it. Man, was it hard? Absolutely. Was it hard to look in my account, in my wallet, and saw that I've lost 80%? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not going to lie to you. Did it take courage to keep buying? Absolutely. A lot of fear. Same exact thing happened in 2006 fourth quarter. I bought, shit was going down. I bought more, shit was going down. But last time, I gave up a lot of good deals because I listened to other people that didn't know shit about nothing. And these were people that I loved, and I took their advice. This time, man, I ain't doing that. No one knows better than me. If I need advice, I just close my fucking eyes and the shit will come to me. I just gotta listen to it. I ain't got, man, I can tell you deals after deals that I let go last crash, and I still pull my hair. I still regret it. Where the sellers were gonna give me money just to take over their payments. And I said, no, man. In beautiful homes, they now are at least $200,000 or $300,000 more than the price that I would have got it for. But you know, I'm not saying. See, those are mistakes. I'm learning from them, right? So that's what allowed me to say, look, I got it at 20. It's at 20 now. It's 11. It's going to 6. I'm buying. It's going to 3. I'm not selling. I'm not selling until it goes to 0, dude. because I'm in it to win it. I'm gonna go down with my shit. That's the same thing I did with real estate. Because once I make a commitment, I'm not gonna be wishy-washy, dude. I rather go down with my shit. I rather burn. Or I'm gonna come up. But I don't do the middle thing and changing my mind. No. And guess what? It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's the most hardest thing you can do. To put your hand on the fire, keep getting burned, and leave it there. But if you want to be your dream, that's what it's going to take, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to be your dreams, come here. This is what's going to take. Let's see what the stock market is, guys. See if you got some comments too. Some of these comments. Let me know what state you guys are in from, man. Harlan, what's going on? Robert, this is wow. What's going on, Robert? Glad to catch you live. Professional Cutlass, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Leave the boat to sink. He says, tell the Fed to stop printing money, man. Guys, they gotta print so much money, and people have to get so hurt that they wanna revolt. They want change. They want revolution, right? Because that's the only way. And I think the revolution is going to be Bitcoin. It's going to be cryptocurrencies. Okay, it's not going to be a gun revolution. It's going to be a collapse revolution where people are just going to be so fucking tired of life savings going away, dude. They have money in the bank. Every year is worth less. They're going to get tired of that shit, man. Okay. 1 second, guys. All right, guys, so the revolution is going to be cryptocurrencies, where I believe, in my opinion, and that's what I'm betting on, that it'll allow all the dishonesty to be going away. Like, I don't believe this corporations, why should corporations be able to have insiders to sell? Doesn't that sound illegal, dude? I'm the owner of the biggest corporation. I can see, I'm on the top of the hill. I can see the storm coming. I start liquidating. I don't tell anyone at the bottom, look, my friends or my people or anything. Hey, man, be careful, dude. There's a storm coming. Does that sound ethical to you? If you were a camper, if you were a hiker, you were ATVing in the mountains, if there was a storm coming, you wouldn't tell the people that were walking by, hey, watch out, man, there's a storm coming, or there's a bear there. That's what I would do. If I saw a bear, like, hey, buddy, watch out. If I see a snake on bicycling, there's a snake on the road, some guy comes by me, I'm like, hey, man, watch out. There's a snake there, dude. That's the least these guys can do. And I don't think it's fair that insiders can sell their fucking corporation stocks. They are top of the mountain. They're seeing the fucking smoke coming, and they're not going to tell anyone else. That's ridiculous, dude. That's ridiculous. Same thing with bankers. They print the shit. They have everyone work for their whole life away. Their kids grow up. Giving them a 30-year mortgage that, damn, the very first 10 years you're getting interest-only payments almost. That doesn't sound too fair. They didn't even have the money. The bankers didn't even have the money. They took your savings and your CDs and my CDs, and then guess what? They lend the money out. They're have to do nothing, very little, and making billions and billions that are becoming too big to fail. Shoot, dude, back in America, the average store owner was your line of credit. No, please do your due diligence. Back in the days, your local grocery store, your local hardware store will lend you credit. You didn't need a banker. The relationship you had with that grocery store or that hardware store will determine your creditworthiness. And today, we got these stinky bankers that got 50 locations, they got all these things they make money off of, and they tax you and me like crazy. And here's the craziest thing. Your information and my information is not even safe. Let me say that again. Guys, please fact check this shit, man. Hackers take over government cities. in America right now, and they're asking for billions of dollars. I'm sorry, millions of dollars. That's already happened multiple times in America. Okay, hackers hack banks, take your money, and the bank doesn't even let anyone know that they've been hacked. That's why people think banks are safe, because they're hacked, they're behind the scene, no one gets to know. It's not like cryptocurrencies like Binance or an exchange where it's open, everyone gets to see it, right? They see the numbers, it's public information. So hackers are hacking bankers, they're hacking credit card companies like Equifax. Millions of people got their information stolen. My parents, my mom and dad got their information stolen, dude. Now they say we'll give you $125. What the fuck, dude? Hackers stole their information. You know what I'm saying? They got all their information, their social, everything. See, this is the reason I like Bitcoin. Because all this bankers gathering information from you, they can't keep it safe. And they're always getting hacked. And your information, Target can't keep your shit safe. The corporations can't keep your shit safe. So the more information big corporation and big brother gets, the more dangerous it is for me and you, because they're vulnerable to hackers. That's why I like Bitcoin. You create a wallet, just go download a wallet. You don't have to give no one nothing. And guess what? That information you didn't give cannot get hacked. Man, I bet you there's so many fraud happening with people that work at banks. When you go apply for a loan or a credit card or a mortgage, you just don't hear about it. And there's nothing you can do. They take your social, they take whatever, they commit crimes back there. No one knows. And then when they actually get robbed, lose your information, oh well. And it's your duty to go and protect yourself and monitor and fight and say, I didn't do this charges. Man, why is it your duty? Why is it your duty? You give your information to the big corporations, they're supposed to protect it, and they lost it. Shouldn't they give you money? Shouldn't they pay you to go take care of that situation? Pretty crazy, guys. So we live in a society where corporations and central bankers have more rights than me and you as a citizen of the country. And in every aspect, the law, you see Justine raping women, getting away with a slap on the hand. What do you think that is? Because he knows the governments, right? They're all in it with him. Why do you think he ended up dead, dude? A, he was dead, or B, he's in Secret Services. If he's dead, because he knows too much information. You saw presidents with him. Lobby corporations buying lobbyists, they're making laws. Bankers made laws to change the Constitution, where they cannot print money for Federal Reserve, where Johnson & Johnson buys lobbyists so they know they have cancerous materials, but they still fucking don't tell it to you so you can put it on your baby shit. And then they lose a little bit of money, $5 million or whatever, $5 billion, $500 billion. Man, that's nothing for these fuckers, man. That's nothing for these people. They know they're on top of the fucking mountain. They see the smoke coming and they're profiting from your kids having cancer. See, this is what I don't like lobbyists. That's why I don't believe the FDA. That's why I don't believe the economic reports. That's why I don't believe the bankers. Because if you do your research, you can see that they've been lying to the American public over and over and over. And most people just don't do the research, just listen to stream TV media. Whatever they say, they remember that shit, because I taught you at school how to remember shit, not to think. School is not about thinking, just remember. Can you remember this shit? Because we tell you some shit on TV, we want you to be able to remember it and then summarizes your own shit. Can you see the similarities? Can you see that when you go to school, when you send your kids to school, it's propaganda? It's just for them to be able to go back to work and be a work slave? Can't you see you work at school for 8 hours, you go to work for 8 hours? Do you see that? You got a boss and you got a teacher or a principal that's your boss. Do you see that? See, it's propaganda. They don't want your kids to be entrepreneurs. That's why a lot of the successful Fortune 500s Those guys started in their garage. They didn't go to school. They dropped out of college because college, school, gets you to work for the man. They don't want you to be the man because that requires thinking. The reason I'm the man because I thought myself. I came to self-realization because I went to the Darker Nation schools as well. And they told me to consume. They told me to work my way up. They told me to go to college. That's the best way. And when I graduated college, it was the worst day of my life because I realized, damn, I'm fucking broke. Now I got to get a job. I just committed 6 years of college, this many years in high school, and I got to just start all over. And now I got to go kiss someone's fucking ass and say, can I please get a job? And that's why I never fucking got a job, because from high school, I knew I should never go to college, but I just did it to make my parents happy. And do you think I'm going to let my kids go to college? Fuck no. Do you think I'm going to put my kids to school? Fuck no, dude. Fuck no. Fuck no. Do you think I'm going to have my kids borrow money from a bank? Fuck no, dude. Fuck no. Do you think I'm going to allow them to get into debt to go to college, or put some shit on a credit card, or go buy a car on debt or credit? Fuck no. I'm going to teach her to be an entrepreneur from 7th grade. I mean, when she's 7 years old, right? To teach her not to stick your hang out, but just to close your eyes and be your dreams, to listen to your heart, and have enough courage to be your dreams and take the risk. Because at 7 years old, at 10 years old, at 15 years old, she can take all the risks she wants, and she doesn't have to feel the force of the world out there, right? Like most of my students that have this many kids and they have full-time jobs, and it's hard to beat their dreams now. But guess what? When she's 12, she's 7, she's 15, she could take all the risks and she could learn. She could fail, because I want her to fail hard and I want her to fail fast. But the only thing is, I want her to be able to change as she fails. Because many people fail, but they're just not honest with themselves, man. They're not gonna say, look, I failed, I'm gonna have to make changes. They don't ever acknowledge their failures, therefore no change comes because of their ego. And I'm gonna teach my kid not to have an ego, right? Because failure is your teacher, not the fucking principal or the teacher at the university. Failure is your teacher. That's why I have start where you stand. Start where you stand means you can start today with no money, with wherever you are. And as long as you're willing to have the courage to start right now, and if you have the courage to change, because you will make mistakes, not maybe, not probability, 110% mistakes. And if you're not willing to do that, you better work for the man. Because as an entrepreneur, you gotta accept and you gotta love big punch in the fucking face over and over and over till you're able to defend, till you're able to move, because people with jobs are the ones that don't want to get punched in the face, and they're willing to just bow down and work for the man. And if you want to be your dreams, you got to get into the ring and you got to get fucking beat up. And you don't think that's cool? Then you better stick your hand out and get a loan bank from a bank. And 9 out of 10%, 9 out of 10, you're going to be bankrupt, guys. Before I forget, guys, let's see, we got what's going on. Marcus, here's on the pulse of the street, man. The streets will tell you exactly what's going on, guys. Keep telling it like it is. Much love, Professor Curtis. NYC, California, man. California. Man, there's gonna be great numbers out there. I remember the last crash. I was at Riverside in California. Last crash, there was homes in Riverside that were selling for $400. And at the last crash, I was driving around the area. These homes were now selling for $170, $180, because at that time, Riverside, I guess it wasn't that cool. Maybe it's cooler now and things have changed. So it doesn't matter where you are, there's gonna be big numbers off the table. Now, this is not financial advice, but if you want to be your dreams, you live in America, and this crash is the best time ever to be your dreams. And any time is the best time, but this is the time, in my opinion, that wealth is made with this much amount of work versus putting this much work in month after month, year after year after year, because when the market is down, there's motivated sellers selling cars, selling houses, selling boats, selling businesses, selling stocks, selling whatever you can imagine. And if you have the courage to get in and be your dreams, 2019 is where it's at, guys. Much love to everyone. One other thing, if you're interested in getting to real estate, profit sharing, we meet once a week. No joke. There's no fluff. We don't kiss your butt. We don't have a sales team. You got to be able to pull on the trigger by yourself. You got to know what the fuck you exactly want. You have to have the right mindset. I've kicked out so many people. We don't give a fuck about your money, man. Right? I want to change your life. And if you think I'm bullshitting, you can look at the reviews. The people tell you straight up. Tons of people, I told them to go fuck themselves, refund their money back. You have to be ethical. You got to know what the fuck you want. You got to be able to pull on the trigger by yourself. And you got to be your dream, dude. And you got to be willing to get punched in the fucking face and be able to adapt. Because I'm not sugarcoating anything. We're not here to sell you numbers. You're not a number. I know every of my students and I bond with them. And if I can't bond with you, there's no room for you in my profit sharing, guys. Much love. Don't take no for an answer. See you guys.